midday lunch, and at a long table at one end was a bowl of luscious looking apples, and the sister in charge had left a note: "Take only one. Remember, God is watching." At the other end of the table there was a very lovely container of beautiful looking chocolate biscuits. And one of the smart alecks among the children written, "Take all you want, God is watching the apples." Today we talk about the three wise men, and it's a marvellous story because Matthew took great courage to give us this story, because he's writing primarily to the Jewish nation, who said they were the chosen people of God, how God of God to choose the Jews. And they said, there were the loved ones of God. And to find that these three Arabs coming from the Middle East, from Iran or Persia, were also drawn to God, drawn to Jesus, was a big blow to them. But, however, it was a great... these three men came because they saw the star, and a sense of wonder and awe took over for them. And in this story today, you've got those two themes: the wonder of the three wise men, or the three people, and the fear of Herod, who thinks a new person's going to dethrone him. So the two things are in our lives too: a sense of wonder, why things happen to us, a sense of wonder in the beauty of creation, the wonder that hit all the people, the million or so watching the fireworks, a sense of wonder, sense of being taken out of yourself. But wonder can be, why am I got sickness? Why are my children acting like this? Why is my relationship founded? There's also that wonder. And then of course there's the fear that comes, well, what's going to happen? Where do we head? Now today we bring our gifts too. The three gifts that the three wise men, Caspar and Melchior and Belteshazzar, had brought. One was gold. Now gold is the king of the metals. Gold is the substance for kings. And gold therefore is a symbol of goodness. It's a symbol of the goodness in the life of every person in this church. The good things that you do, the blessings you receive. And there are many of those. Just to be been in Australia is a major blessing. And to have all the friends you've got. In my role, I find all of you here my greatest blessing. Just to have people around you that care and are so generous and so loving, that is a tremendous blessing. And you have it in your own lives, in your own homes. So that's the gold that you bring. You come in thankful hearts to God and acknowledging, just by being here in this church, sitting here, we are thankful, O God, for your blessings, for the goodness of our lives. And the second gift was the incense, the frankincense. Now that's a spiritual thing in the early church and in the church of today. It's like incense of prayers rising up to God, acknowledging Him. It's a beautiful thing. And incense, except when you get asthmatics in the front row, that's where it all goes wrong. But if you haven't got asthmatics, then incense is a beautiful thing in the church, and it wafts up, and it's all our thoughts and prayers and hopes going to God. But today, your presence is the incense. The fact that you strive to pray, just to acknowledge one another, acknowledge Christ's presence here in the Eucharist, to join in the hymns, that's the incense of praise wafting up to God. And that's your gift. And the third gift is the myrrh. The myrrh is a symbol of suffering and death. In the early days, when this was written, myrrh, when they embalmed the dead person with myrrh, it's a rather stringent type of ointment, or sort of gift. And myrrh is a symbol of suffering, because they knew that this child, innocent as it was going to suffer and eventually die. And all of us know what it is to suffer, and we all know we're going to die. But therefore the myrrh we bring is ourselves with our sufferings, and you know, and many of those, the arthritis we've got, the lack of movement we've got, the age we've got, the troubles we have in our families, the troubles we have just in going through life. That's the myrrh. And that's what you offer to God today just by being here. And Jesus then takes them all up. You have the offertory procession where the gifts are brought forward. They're your gifts. They symbolise you. They symbolise the goodness, the blessings. They symbolise the hurts and the sufferings. They symbolise the efforts to pray. They're all swept up and joined with Christ when I say, this is my body given for you. They're your bodies. You're all given to God. This is the blood to be poured out for you. This is the sufferings you have, all in the name of Jesus Christ, offered to the Father. And that's the mystery of it all, the wonder of it. And if you've got Herod worrying about his future, well, that's Herod's problem. And as you know, he was tricked. But we continue our journey as we've done this morning, full of hope for the new year, knowing that God will care for us and bless us and strengthen us to take another step in the history of our life.